You know what the song is. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for 10 Forward. Episode number 27. This weekend, we have the retired Giants baseball number of one Juan Marichal. Oh, fantastic pitcher. Okay. Anywho, let's get this started. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff tonight. Yeah. So just let me shut up and let's do this, okay? God dang.
Something new from Focus 3.
Hey, so professional today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get rid of that so you can see my not so pretty face. I have Thade with me tonight. Hey, what's up, Thade?
Not a much, man. Not a much.
All right. We've got so much stuff to talk about tonight because there was so much content. This dumbass just spent 2 weeks binge watching Game of Thrones. Necessary distraction, absolutely. And we'll talk about what I thought of everyone's favorite season of that show, the last one. We'll also discuss spoilers if you have not watched it yet. We will give more advanced when we start talking about that if you have not seen it yet. We'll also be discussing House of Dragons. So the last episode of that was really awesome. What was it called? The King of the Narrow Sea. Yes, and then, but we're gonna first start with the topic that the show is. This show is based around Star Trek. So, anyways, I do apologize for what happened last week. My show, my nephew's birthday was last Wednesday, so I took the night off and postponed it and left it on my channel. So I do appreciate anybody that came over to my channel and watched as well. But we're back over. I'm actually doing simulcast. So if you're over at my channel, Brian Master of None, make sure to stop over to the lounge, leave it a like as well. We're both there. And if you ever want to leave a super chat for a guy, you could do that over on the Poindexter Lounge. I do get a chunk of that. So it's always much appreciated. So yeah, dude.
Look at Scotty's comment. Scotty's comment.
All right, let's see here. Please refer to House of Dragons as HotD. Yes, from this point forward, the show will be referred to as HotD. I love HotD, especially in my eyes.
It is a feast for the eyes. It is a feast for the eyes.
We have Kodiak coverage. Says the Bears defeated the San Francisco Niners or Minor Niners by the score of 19-10. I did not watch that sad display of a game. Yes, I am rather upset. Let's see here. Several Niner fans called my team poverty. Yes, for the nerds in the crowd. Before a game starts, teams talk shit about each other, and they don't get all weird about it. Like, it's fun. But yes, I love you too, man. Love you too. Appreciate you. No problem, Scotty. I got you, man.
Brodan.
So we had, it's Brodan. Oh, yeah, Brodan.
Yeah, Brodan.
I lost my ass in fucking fantasy, dude. Just no, it's terrible. Okay, so enough of that failure and loss aside, because Lord knows. That's why I like when you watch Game of Thrones, the failure doesn't just seem as bad. This week's episode of House of Dragons, Star Trek Lower Decks, because this is a Star Trek show, nonetheless. The episode is called "Mining the Mines." Okay, say that 3 times fast. That's hard. And I don't think it
Bit of a
works.
tongue twister there. Bit of a
I'm
tongue
a
twister there.
Californian, so we talk lazy. Okay, I'm just gonna. That's how I roll. Okay, people don't say we have accents. I think we do. It's just we're very lazy when we talk.
It's laid back, man.
Nah, dude,
You
it's like
know?
the word milk. Milk. MILK.
Yeah.
Pronounced milk. Milk. No, it's milk. Milk.
Milk.
Milk. It's like put the
Milk.
come on, dude. In California, dude. Dudes and milks. Well, anyways, honestly, I was gonna rewatch this episode because I saw it a week ago. I'm like kind of fucked up on this one, so that's why I wasn't really planning too much about talking about. No, God, such a boomer, slacking all over the place. All right, so on a remote science outpost, storm orbs have been bringing fantasies to life. Tendi starts her first day as senior science officer trainee. There was a funny scene. I think they showed it, but this part right here, where she's like taking selfies. This whole season, she's been taking selfies of herself over. So.
Yeah.
There's one where she's in sick bay and Dr. Tavana's, working on this guy who's got this thing that's mutilating his flesh, but it's from that illusion planet.
Yeah.
I think they did it in the original series too. It was a callback to that.
Yeah. What I and this is going to sound really obscure to a lot of people unless you're just really a cult movie nerd like I am. The memory balls remind me of the Lochnar from Heavy Metal, the evil glowing orb of hate.
That's funny.
Because it was giving you nightmares. It was like bringing it was giving you fantasies, but they were horrible fantasies. That you got turned to stone. That was never good.
Yeah. This part here, where the
thing's eating his foot.
Yep. She's just sitting back. Oh yeah, and then the argument over the rock.
Yeah.
I want to take the rock. And then it breaks, and then they find out that the rock has.
I love that the other Cali class ship was acting all high and mighty, and then you find out that they just love the Cerritos crew.
Mm-hmm. They're just like, oh my god, you guys are the best. What are you talking about?
Like all of Cali class looks up to y'all.
And I love the fact that this show is another layer of meta. I want more California cities. Like, give me some NorCal. It's all Southern California, damn it. I want some Northern California ships. Dude,
I want a USS West Hollywood.
NorCal representation. I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, the San Andreas Fault can shear off, and that cesspool can slip into the ocean.
Ooh, hey, I can't. I get somebody who I care about immensely who lives in West Cali West Hollywood. So.
We're good. I'm just let me explain why. There's a team down there called the Los Angeles Dodgers. That is trash. There's a team down there that is called the Los Angeles Angels. That is trash. I don't care how good they are. There's a team down there called the Los Angeles Lakers, which is trash. There's a team down there called Anaheim Ducks. Yeah, trash. Clippers, trash. Rams, trash. Chargers, trash. Yeah, did it get all of them? Kings. Oh, I forgot about the Kings. I was going to throw you a bone there because I like the Kings when Wayne Gretzky played for you, but yes.
Brian's like, if it's a South Cali team, they're trash.
If it's a Southern California team, they are trash. That extends to the Padres of San Diego. Sorry, I threw them out there. I feel better now. All right.
I like the bird. He's cool. The counselor.
The counselor, yeah. But Yeah. And I think we might have found out some leanings for Freeman, or not Freeman, but Mariner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I find it interesting that the two major science officers on the ship, the counselor and the doctor, are a bird and a cat.
Right?
That's like meta as hell.
It's a perfect duology between the two. Perfect.
And have you noticed she doesn't like him?
True. Because he wants her to come in and talk.
Yeah. She's thinking, my natural instinct says to eat you, Birdman.
Right.
That night, I get this idea that he's like a horrible counselor.
Yeah. There's a reason why he's serving on the Cerritos.
Yeah.
All right. That's enough of the Star Trek for this week, guys. Sorry about that. I think something a little more popular. And all that goodness. This week, 10 Forward presents An Evening at the Holodeck, where we take a step away from Star Trek and go somewhere else. This week, we land in Westeros.
Onward to Westeros.
If you don't want to know anything about the last season of Game of Thrones, leave now.
Or forever hold your peace.
And come back in probably about an hour and a half, because we're gonna talk cars. And yeah, we're gonna talk cars because I got some buttes lined up. And yeah. No, sorry. We're gonna have some fun then, guys. We're gonna have some fun. So Winterfell. This was a very touching reunion. I thought it would be, I don't know. A lot of people said it was lackluster, I think. But I was just happy to see Arya and Jon back together again.
Yep. Well, the whole first 3 episodes of that last season, the Battle of Winterfell episodes, are so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, the buildup is great. The fact that you get to see everybody kind of coming into their own.
Yeah.
Jon kind of get running off and bringing proof and all that stuff, dude. Good God, dude. And then how they wrapped up season 7, dude, just so epic. The show was just so damn good.
And it's honestly, a lot of people hated the way season 8 ended, how the show ended. But I think it was cool letting it out on a downer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And that's the thing. It's you can't always have a happy ending. And in the 8 years you watched the show, did it give you any indication that it would end that way?
No.
Yeah, right. And the build up towards the Night King. And this, don't even get me started on this woman, okay?
Cersei.
I know she's supposed to be hated, but God darn it. And then Chris earlier said something to me about how she goes out. We'll talk about, but she didn't deserve that kind of death, a notorious death. She kind of deserves the roof falling in on her. That's her comeuppance, because she could have avoided all of it.
Oh yeah. No, I think the ignominious way she went out kind of fits. Like you said, she didn't deserve a notorious death. She didn't even deserve an execution. She just deserved to die crushed by a tower. The Queen in the North.
And then the king.
And then the king of the rest of the Kingles. The king of the rest of the kingdoms.
Bran. Man. And I like Tyrion, man. He was one of my favorite characters in the show. Oh, dude, right here, my guy. Sam.
This guy right here, he's so changed through the show. So changed. His character arc was amazing.
Yep. And I love how they ended him out with, I'm glad that, he's still, together with Gilly. And bringing on another one, you know, like bring a tear to me eye.
It brings a tear to me eye.
Oh god damn it. I hate freaking. Just do it this way. Okay. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Jamie faces judgment, and Winterfell prepares for the battle to come. Yeah, he ended up going down to. Oh, and then how they took out Littlefinger, I was like, no. But at the end, I was like, I feel your pain, bro.
That Putz deserved everything he got. You know, he thought he played the whole kingdom, and in the end, he got played.
Basically. Well, it's like, you know, Cersei said, you know, play the Game of Thrones, you're going to die. You'll lose.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the whole point of like this whole show. It shows you that being a royal was not a great thing.
Heck yeah, Nerd a lot. What's up, man? If you want to come on, dude, shoot me a message on Twitter. I'll send you a link, man.
Welcome, Sir Nerd a lot. Welcome.
But yeah, no, I fell in love with this show. Binged it in 2 weeks, and now I sit here as we talk about the goodness. I was kind of sad when Jorah's passed away, but
he
doing
died.
What he wanted to do. So
he died doing what he wanted. He died protecting her.
Yeah, and then I realized that this is Bruce Wayne from Titans season 3.
Yes, it is.
So I'm like, oh, there's that. But yeah, no, the planning for the battle, the Night King, dude, so much awesomeness. And I remember from afar, just like, the Game of Thrones. I'm not watching that stuff. Don't push me. All right. And then,
you realize the dagger that Arya used to kill the Night King is the dagger that King Viserys holds in House of the Dragon.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, no, exactly. That was the one. And yeah, we'll when we get to the House of Dragoons, we will talk about that as well. Oh man. But yeah, this season also kind of went by really quick. I will say, yeah, it was 6 episodes, but they had like an hour and a half. They were an hour and a half each, so it wasn't like, you know, you were missing anything.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of like 8 or 9 episodes when all was said and done.
Yeah, this battle here, man, my goodness, so epic. Like everybody was there, like just not like everybody that you cared about was there, you know. And it was like,
yeah.
And anyone that actually fell in the battle, you were just like, oh man, just like even Grey Worm, like the Unsullied, man, like when they run off, when the Dothraki ride off, and all you see is like torches getting put out.
Yeah.
Or like when the freaking Night King just turns around and he's like, all right, Jon Snow, you want to come at me, bruh?
What's up, bruh?
Hey, guess what? All those guys we just killed, they're back. And it just ends in the keep with nothing. Like,
well, see, that battle was just the right amount of tension. Was just the right amount of, you know, you worried about characters you love getting killed. You know, I kind of liken it. I kind of liken it to the final. Bitch. Yeah, I kind of liken it to the final battle in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You know, you knew that there were stakes. You knew that there were things that were going to happen.
Yeah,
and you knew that there were going to be losses made, even of characters that have been there since the beginning. And that's what this show gave us. Ultimately, this show gave us everything we want in a classic story.
Basically, yeah. I even like Jaime Lannister at the end. Even though he kind of chose poorly, he could have just stayed up in Winterfell. But then again, I don't know. He should
have stayed with Brienne.
Yeah, I agree.
But he had to go. You know, it's like returning to something that you know versus something that scares you. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
and he went running back to Cersei, and because that's where he felt safe and comforted, and he was not willing to look at a future that was uncertain.
Yeah,
And that's the true tragedy of Jaime Lannister. He was not willing to look at a future that was uncertain,
but his brother was.
but Tyrion was, and that's what made
I
Tyrion a better
agree.
character.
He should have killed Cersei. He should have. He should have been the one to do it. At first, I was like, "Nah, Arya, go get yours. Go get that vengeance,
Yeah,
girl." But then after the Hound talks to her and is like talks her down, I'm like, "Oh, dude!" The part where she comes by and lights everybody's freaking Lilandra lights everybody's swords. I was like,
yeah,
"Brah, no way,
dude.
And then all the
Let's
swords
talk
went out.
about this, the Hound, and how he went out fighting his brother.
Oh, we will when we get to the Ada. We're jumping ahead a little bit. Yeah, this scene right here, I fucking absolutely loved. Okay. Yeah, you think, oh no, she's getting choked out, bro. It's over. She drops that, catches it with the other hand. Prison yard shivs him, dude. I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, and then this one, okay, dude. This little thing, freaking right in the freaking eyeball. Takes that giant.
Oh,
down, man.
that's the lady, the bear lady, right? That's the lady that
Yeah, she's
the
head
young
of
girl,
house. I forgot the name of the house she was the
head of House Mormont, Jorah's
Mormont.
house.
Okay, yeah,
She was
Jorah's
head of
house.
House Mormont.
Nah, she was strong, man. Very powerful. It seems like people could watch this where there's strong, powerful females and like be like, I don't know, Star Wars is ruining things. It's like, no, it's not, dude. It. Leanna Mormont, there it is, and Gilly.
Yeah, there's Gilly.
Hey, what's up, Tony? How's it going, buddy?
Strong woman.
Yup. Woke.
Yeah, the actress that plays Lyanna Mormont is on a show called Becoming Elizabeth, which is about the rise of Elizabeth I, Queen of England.
Oh, nice.
She plays Lady Jane Grey, who becomes the 9 Days Queen. And that poor girl got used when she was growing up, man. She got thrown because she was also in line to the throne had the Tudors not continued. And when Henry VIII's son dies and his two daughters are vying for the throne, they try to put there's a conspiracy to try to put Lady Jane on the throne, and she just she's called the 9 Days Queen for a reason. She gets put on the throne and then she gets executed by her cousin Mary.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad. It's bad. Okay.
I didn't look into that because that's some like actual stuff that happened. Now that I got all into the intrigue of this show, there's a couple other shows I want to check out now.
Well, you need to a couple of actual historical shows that you need to check out, Brian, if you just want some ideas. Go look at The Tudors on it's a Showtime show. I believe it's on Amazon Prime.
All right, I'll have to check that out.
It's about Henry VIII and his rise through becoming king and all the way up to his death. And it goes through all of his wives. Each season goes through all of his wives. And then Becoming Elizabeth it's about his children and their rises to power.
Okay.
So you should check those two shows out. They're really good, and they're both on Amazon Prime. So if you get a chance, have a look at those. They somewhat stray just a little bit from history, but it's not too bad that it changes the story.
I'm okay with artistic license.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. She is going to play Ellie in the Last of Us show too. The chick that played Lyanna Mormont, she's also going to be Ellie in the Last of Us TV show.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, what's up, man? Degrassi.
What's up, Degrassi?
Talk about episode 4 of season 8 of Game of Thrones. The battle over Winterfell is over, and a new chapter for Westeros begins. That's when we start finding out some very interesting stuff about a certain individual's parentage, and the starting for this whole nonsense to begin with. So, should we talk about Rhaegar Targaryen?
Rhaegar Targaryen.
And
And young Aegon the Third here, otherwise known as Jon Snow.
yeah, Jon Snow, Aegon Targaryen. The scandal that it would bring. See, and I love it because Viserys had to get Viserys knew what was up, but he was also hooked up to the old system. Like, I understand protecting the realm and stuff, but like, after all was said and done, I don't think he would have survived in the new world. And then they freaking took a dragon down. Freaking Iron Fleet bastards.
Oh, also another thing, Brian, just going back to the shows I was suggesting to you.
Yeah.
The Tudors is actually the very first place I ever saw Henry Cavill before he was Superman. He plays Henry VIII's best friend, Charles Brandon, in that.
Oh, okay.
Really cool guy. A really cool character.
I'll have to check that out. Funeral scene. Sad. And then Sam burning the brothers. The Hound celebrating.
Yeah.
Oh, this celebration was great. Like the whole thing. I love Steppenwolf. I loved Steppenwolf going nuts, man. Getting drunk off that giant's milk.
Yeah, I love how he's trying to get the Hound to go get laid during the thing. He's like, let's go grab us a couple of winches and do this thing, and the Hound's like, no, I'm good.
And he was so broken up about Brienne. He's like,
yeah,
that woman, she was amazing. Go on.
She broke my heart. The Hound and God, I can't remember his name. The guy you were just Troll Giantsbane or whatever. He was cool.
I like Giantsbane.
Tormund Giantsbane. That was his name. Because remember, he was rumored to have killed a giant on his own. Stay on. He died protecting his family.
Yep.
The people he saw as his family, anyway.
Yep. And that was all right. I liked it. He kind of came around, especially after what happened with Sansa and Ramsay. Yeah. I mean,
I like how they put the Stark wolf on him when they were putting his body on the pyre.
Yeah. And then I like these two, the kind of father-daughter relationship that they had in Killing.
Oh, yeah. She learned so many good lessons from him.
Well, then that's why I like the last season of shows too, because it kind of brings everybody together.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't like Arya killing the Night King? I thought that was pretty cool. I like that.
Well, the thing is a lot of people are a little chuffed about that because Martin hasn't finished the series, and there's the way that the book series. If you ever read the book series, the way that the book series is headed, it's not going to be Arya if he ever finishes the damn thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people can't see or have a problem seeing that this is an adaptation and that Martin did this one differently. It's kind of like what they did with Walking Dead. The comic books paralleled the show. Things happen differently in the comics than in the show, and Kirkman said they did that on purpose.
That's true.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. A lot of people are saying that House of Dragons isn't actual history. It's we're getting it secondhand from like the Jester or whatever, like the book was written.
So we're getting it filtered through.
Yeah, the Fire and Blood book, which is what House of the what HotD is based on, is basically being given to us through a filtered lens of an outside observer.
All right, we're at the second to last episode called The Bells. Let's see here. Forces arrived at King's Landing for the final battle. That would have never happened had she just saw the damn zombie and was like, all right, let's get it over with. Oh, man. It's like everybody was getting ready, lining up. Tyrion was talking to everybody, trying to prevent bloodshed.
Yeah.
I never liked this guy. Not one bit.
Theon's
Huron.
uncle.
Yeah, Huron or something like that.
Aaron
Yeah.
Greyjoy.
Yeah.
Aaron Greyjoy. Yeah, he was out for himself. Like most of these guys, but
But this is the part that I did not like. Well, first off, I was saying earlier about Viserys, how he went down. I don't think he would have fit in the new world.
Not Viserys, Varys.
Varys. Yeah. So him, I wouldn't like. He's thinking about the other show all of a sudden. But anywho, this he gets it in this episode. In a hail of dragon fire. Dude, I don't think he would have made it in the new world. Like, I think he was part of the vestiges of the old world that had to die too.
Yeah, and furthermore, he knew that. In the end, Varys, like I said before, Varys was for the people, and things needed to change. And Varys was part of the old guard, like you said.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but there was no way. Like the stupidest, longest, most telegraphed heel turn you could ever possibly imagine. And my only gripe about the last season of the show is what Daenerys did.
Yeah.
This. Like,
after freeing all the slaves and becoming the breaker of chains, for her to go and kill civilians was complete and utter stupid bollocks. Yeah. Just complete and utter stupid bollocks.
Mm-hmm. Or for her to at least not give it a second thought.
Yeah.
Like, or a third. Like, the scorched earth.
Or even a singular thought.
And then
in the end, she let the madness of her family destroy her.
Yeah. Became the thing that she didn't want to be.
And it came from, her final straw was watching her best friend die on the walls. That's really when she decided to burn King's Landing. Was when, God, I forget that character's name. The one that Grey Worm was with.
Oh yeah. When they executed her, I forgot her name.
When they beheaded her on the wall, yeah. That's what finally broke Dany enough for her to want to burn King's Landing to the ground.
Oh, and then this, the most telegraphed death scene in the history of television. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Let's see if they would have.
I like how she had Drogon burn the throne, which is in parallel to how the throne was made.
Yeah, melted down.
The throne was melted together by dragons, and it was destroyed by dragons.
Well, and I think what they said earlier about dragons being smart is like, I think the dragon knew that she had to die. That's why he didn't roast Jon Snow right there.
Yeah. And then
Here you
this
go.
fight.
This fight. Take it away, my friend. Go ahead.
Oh my God. This was building ever since the start of the show, and it was an amazing fight. This fight, as this whole area is disintegrating from dragon fire, it was really the only way the Hound could have gone out, and it was a redemption for the Hound ultimately, taking his brother down. You know,
Oh yeah,
stuff
and
amazing.
just nothing could stop him. Like he's just like stabbing him, stabbing him, stabbing him, and then finally, the walls are crumbling behind him. He just freaking Ronnie Lots him right through the wall.
Oh yeah, Stella dropped you a link down in the chat. It's a historical. It's a documentary about historical figures that characters in Game of Thrones are based on.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I'm
really
gonna.
good documentary.
I just clicked on it, so I will watch it as soon as I am done with this. Because I like I said, I fell in love. And then when I do, I go all in on the like I go all in, all in, until somebody tells me otherwise. So far, um, I this just sets up for what I'm watching House of Dragons so much, because now I know the context behind everything. You fool and you awful, awful woman. The Lannisters. Like I said earlier in the stream, Chris and I were talking about it earlier while I was playing some games, and he kind of said that she didn't deserve a notable death. And like, think about it. Like, that's one of the things about Game of Thrones. It's like, we always remember how like certain people went out.
Yeah.
Of course, Ned Stark first season. Everybody knows that. Throughout,
Yeah.
just different ones. The Red Wedding. Just notable stuff that like makes you think, makes you just like, makes you actually care about what's going on or feel something when they go. This one
Yeah.
here,
She deserved death in obscurity. She really did.
Yeah. And down standing in front of a dragon skull is fitting.
Well, and I think that
I'll have to get the audio books. I heard they're awesome.
the the thing about the Lannisters, they tried to go way above their station because they believe that their money would save them from everything. And unless Tyrion has children, they'll eventually die out in obscurity.
The Red Spring will make the Red Wedding look like a pool party. No.
Oh yeah, what's coming up in HotD? Yeah.
Oh no. HotD. Oh no. Yeah. The mountain. I like how Jon Snow pulled everybody back.
Yeah. Retreat.
We've already done enough. The city's burning. There's not even a red keep anymore. It's done.
We're gonna die. Run.
Damn. I like how the use of practicals in this show is really good as well.
Oh yeah.
And I know practicals don't come cheap. So like
no, it's really funny when practicals now cost more than special effects.
Yeah, very much so. It used to be a workaround. Now, but see, the thing is they've pushed the limits of what people consider fantasy. So it's like you kind of have to push that limit. And it's like if Avatar 2 doesn't push that limit, it's gonna fail. Right before he gets roasted. Tyrion knew it, man. Damn. Yeah. At least he killed him, though. The one-handed man.
Yeah.
And I hope that the Unsullied, settle down somewhere. Conquer more or something. Whatever they do. God damn, wanton destruction. All right. Well, that's basically what I thought of Game of Thrones. Yeah, I didn't. The years of waiting between the seasons. Yeah, I don't think I could have put up with that. I'm glad I binged the hell out of it. It was awesome. So, moving on to HotD, we have episode called King of the Narrow Sea. After Rhaenyra cuts short her own tour of Westeros, Daemon introduces her to the Street of Silk after dark. Some controversy this week, as for the last couple of weeks. There's been something that has been like an eyebrow raiser, to say the least. Did not know that was Rhys Ifans. Yeah, my bad, guys. Now I do.
Oh, yeah.
It's the lizard. Don't stab him, dude. He's going to turn into the lizard.
Right.
But it looks as though the king has had enough of his shit. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Otto Hightower?
I think he's a deplorable human being, and I think he needs to be fed to a dragon.
And soon.
Yeah.
And this brave little fella.
Dude. This right here, this scene right here is the definition of the meme, fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying?
I would have favorite episodes, but let me tell you, Sir Nerdalot, I binged it so fast, it was like a blur.
I can answer this for you, Sir Nerdalot. I liked the Red Wedding episode. I liked the episode where Joffrey died. I love the episode where the Sand Viper. I don't remember names of episodes, but I can tell you what happened in them. I like the episode where the Viper dies fighting the Mountain. I love the Battle of the Bastards episode, and I love the Battle of Winterfell.
The kicker from The Replacements.
Yeah.
He's wiry.
He's wiry.
I love that movie. Orlando Jones. Keanu Reeves. No? Anybody?
All right.
Late 90s. But no, this kid challenges, he gets his honor challenged, and he kills the fucking dude. Straight up runs him through, dude.
Yeah. Well, I found out about why the kid was giving him a hard time anyway. Apparently, his house and House Bracken, which was the house that the other guy was from, are rivals and have always been rivals.
That makes sense.
And that's why the kid was giving him a hard time, was talking shit to him. And like I said, that is the ultimate example of the meme, fuck around and find out. Or my mama didn't raise no bitches.
Right? What? We got the king, and we got his brother. I love how he brought the hammer, walked up to the sword, dropped it in he's like, add it to the chair. I was like, oh, get some, bro. What is he up to, though, man? Daemon is up to some shit.
Daemon is always up to something. That's the thing about Daemon.
Right? Like, even messing around with freaking his niece. And then Sir Galahad. Silk Streets. But the quest for suitors, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. She was bored, though. Like, the whole time she was there, she's just like,
Yeah. No, Matt Smith is definitely, I wasn't too sure the first time because
Blackwood and Bracken. Those were the families, Blackwood and Bracken.
Can I just say that he looks weird with blonde hair?
He does.
I mean, that's my
He
only
looks
gripe.
better.
I like
He
Matt
looks
Smith. I love
better.
Matt Smith, but come on now.
He looks better with it shortened. When it was longer, he looked like it. The blonde hair washes his skin tone out. That's my only real gripe with this show.
Yeah, he
The
looks really, really like pale. Like it's bad. It's like go outside, get some sun, bro. You can't be around dragons and not be somewhat sunburned. I mean, you're riding for fuck's sakes. It's not like they got a roof. And Allison trying to explain things to Rhaenyra. It's like, I don't think she wants to hear you, bro. And then she's calling her out for sleeping with her uncle. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think. Well, okay. So the whole time in this episode, you notice that with her. Hush! Stop whining. It's all right. But no. That whole episode, you notice that Alicent is not having a good time. Like she's stuck in this marriage. She still wants her friend in Rhaenyra, but she knows that Rhaenyra doesn't trust her, doesn't like the idea that she's married to her father.
Yeah.
So like that whole little scene when they're in the garden and they're having the party, when she comes and sits and starts talking to Rhaenyra, you notice how she reaches over and grabs her hand. She wants a friend at court. She wants a friend. As like she said, I lost all my friends. Now all they do is see me as a queen. Like nobody wants to be her friend anymore because she's the queen, and it's dangerous to be friends with the queen. And that's something that actual like royalty on in the history dealt with too. Like a lot of the queens that were, a lot of the queens of various countries always felt alone, even though they were married, even though they were surrounded by a bunch of people at court. You never knew who you could trust, and everybody's vying for your position. So I can see where Alicent is lonely. But another thing about that is knowing the story that this comes from, you end up not liking Alicent anyway.
Yeah, no, exactly. After being pimped out by her own dad, she's kind of on an island there. There's the dagger.
Yes, the dad. And notice how it works kind of like the One Ring in Game of Thrones. You got to heat it up to see the message.
Yep. But yeah, no, it was a good episode. I'm looking forward to Sunday. Cannot wait to watch it when I get off of work.
Now, I will say something about the elephant in the room, which is, everybody getting bent out of shape about the relationship between Daemon Targaryen and his niece.
Jon Snow and Daenerys. That's all I got to say to that. It's Game of Thrones, man.
Anyway, but sorry, my I lagged out there for a minute. The thing about Daemon Targaryen and his niece and the whole like sexual connotation to it, people don't realize that aren't into history and everything, but that happened a lot, and that's not me excusing it, but it's just again these shows parallel what happened actually historically, and I think they're doing a good job with it.
Well,
there were whole dynasties in Egypt who married brother and sister. There were.
Were you okay with Jon Snow and Daenerys? That was aunt and nephew.
Yeah, and basically the same situation here. Yeah, look, the world back then didn't see things the way we do now. They didn't understand that consanguinity causes deformations and stuff. There's a reason. Why
the king's a hemophiliac,
Yeah, well, there's a reason why Viserys is all those unhealing wounds. It's because
Yeah.
him and Damon's mother and father were brother and sister.
Yep. I mean, the Lannisters, Cersei and Jaime.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not out of the ordinary.
Exactly, Sir Nerd-a-lot. It could be worse considering we're talking about Targaryens. Well, I mean, even Alicent says it when she's accusing her in the garden, in the grove. She says, well, we know all about you Targaryens and your queer customs. You know, it's like people that don't realize that that was something that happened in this family. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube this week that are like, the hell? What? Ew, you know?
It's got
gout, the king's disease. It's worse than gout, though, Degrassi. Gout just swells up your joints. What he's got is a rotting disease. He doesn't heal right. It's very much akin to neuropathy, which is your body doesn't heal wounds without a lot of help. There's a lot of really bad neuropathy.
But, yeah. So this completes the segment of that goodness. This week at the holodeck, we have some beautiful, beautiful vehicles to work at. So let me give everybody a little bit of a history and as to why I decided I wanted to switch it up from food a little bit. Because I ran out of food topics to talk about. Because how many times can you really talk about burgers? I'd say about 25 times, because that's when I decided to change it.
I don't know about you, man, but I could talk about burgers every day, especially if it's good beef.
Not when I'm hungry, okay? And I have been hungry and broke. Don't mean to beg for super chats, but help a brother out. But anyways, yeah. So we're gonna look at a couple of my favorite cars. Let me explain my love and affiliation and the fact that I still work and have worked in the industry for upwards of 15 years. So I'm also ASE certified. I haven't worked on a car in a while because there's just no money in it, but I could tell you how to fix it. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, this is just kind of like a little announcement thing. I have no problem answering car questions for anybody. Check engine lights, stuff like that. Just, you know, we could do. I've always wanted to do a segment of that on my show proper, but I figured, hey, what the hell, we'll get her done. I went to Universal Technical Institute, or UTI, not to be confused with urinary tract infection. Graduated year and a half, Toyota certs, 95th percentile. I was good. It was fun. It's just like I said, I ended up working at like a little mom and pop shop for 8 years, and it just kind of took the love and the luster out of it for me. And ever since, I've been selling auto parts. This here is one of my favorite.
The real money in mechanics is having your own place, man.
Oh, that and this.
Or doing customs.
Okay. Doing custom work. I don't know enough about the older stuff to get into the classic side of things. I mostly got into it for the practicality and, you know, as well as other things, you know, because it's a job and it's not food. And it's not. But this is one of my favorite cars. It's a 1971 Chevy Chevelle SS with the dual round tail lights, because that's the only way to go. I like this body style because when I was a kid, my dad used to work on race cars, and that is the body style of the car. That's the body that we put on the race car. The Chevelle. And one of the other ones, this is a truck that my dad had. That's not a C, that's a K. What are you doing? One of the ways to identify a Chevy up till, you know, the mid 2000s was by the letter C or the letter K. The letter C is a two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. The letter K is a four-wheel drive. But this right here is one of the most beautiful trucks you'll ever set your pair of eyes on. That late 60s, early 70s. What? Because I like the Chevelles. Oh,
I think the
what?
coolest.
We could talk about Game of Thrones still, man. Come on in. You have the link. I sent it to you.
He said he's helping his parents tonight.
Oh,
That's why I
gotcha.
can't come in.
Oh, damn it.
But I think my most favorite classic car I actually drove was a 38. My uncle allowed me to borrow for my senior prom his 38 Hudson Coupe with 4-door, not coupe, but his 4-door with the back doors were suicide doors, the ones that open backwards.
Oh, those are nice. I like those. They open into each other.
Yeah, I loved that car.
So the other one I wanted to do a comparison with is the Chevy Nova. There's a difference between the two. I love that orange. That is so nice. And those Chevy pinstripes, or racing stripes, like,
yeah,
put those on my freaking casket, like
Chevy orange.
Mm-hmm. Out of here. I bet you pop that hood. They got a beautiful shiny orange engine too, man. Oh.
Probably.
Sorry, guys, I love me Chevys. I will not mark out for Fords. Oh my god, look at that. It's got the roll cage. So now that's a drag racer. You could tell it's got the fat ass tire in the back and the little cookie cutters up front. Oh man, roll cage. Now this is a sweet ass car. I would love to actually own one of these one day.
Was that the Nova?
The Nova. I still think the Chevelle's sexier, but I would love a Nova.
You know what I want? I want a 57 Plymouth Fury.
There you go.
Not only is the thing a land yacht, but the frame was built to last, dude. I saw one of those get tagged one time by a more modern car. It was like a 90s model car that was mostly fiberglass and plastic. And the the Fury had a dent. The other car came apart.
Oh.
Barely an inconvenience. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
It is a sexy car, though.
I love the Camaros, man. They are so beautiful.
Oh, I drove a 68 for a little while.
I even like the new ones, like the 2007 and up. The 90s on in the 2000s. Like,
I had a metal fleck green 68 Chevy Camaro for a while until I wrecked it.
Yeah, they look great on. They're awesome on Forza. Okay, it's one of my.
Oh, the new Camaros are nice.
I want
a Challenger though.
They're all right. I like this body here, the Knight Rider.
Oh yeah.
Esque.
Yeah. Kit.
The 90s IROC. Yeah.
Right.
Then they went to the other body style in the mid to late 90s. This style here. I like this as well.
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, like the Camaro has always been a pretty car, regardless of what generation of Camaro. It's always been pretty.
I mean, not a lot of people like that generation of Camaro. I mean, there were people that didn't like when they switched from like the 70s style to this, you know?
Yeah.
Good old.
I've got all of the Camaros, all the different body styles of Camaros have had their pros and cons. Like I told you earlier, I like Chevy products, so
this is probably the only Ford I'll ever mark out for.
Dude,
I want
a 64. The first year was a 64 and a half. It was a nice Mustang.
Okay, the 60s Mustangs, I did not. Okay, see, Mustangs is where I start messing with body. When you start messing with the body styles, is where I'm like, nah, man, you're losing me. Oh, hey, the Madman. But yeah, no, that convertible looks really nice. I like it. Another reason why I didn't like convertibles too much is because hello, that fastback is nice though. See, I like that
What's
body
up,
style.
man? That's a
That body
nice one right
style
there.
was nice. But yeah, other than that, yeah, looking good.
I like the
Looking good.
64 and a half. They're nice. Which is the first model year. Thank you for the like, Max.
Let's go into the 70s. Oh God.
Do we have to?
Sorry, let
Mustang's
me
got
get. Nah,
Mustang.
the bosses look nice though. Okay.
They do, but like when you get into the '80s Mustangs and everything, ew, it's all icky.
We're gonna do it just really quick, and then we're probably gonna wrap it up here pretty soon too. Um, let's see here. We're gonna go into those 80s Fox body Mustangs that I cannot stand.
Bleh.
Bleh.
Icky.
See, they don't even have pictures of them because they're that ugly.
Yeah,
The
man. There you go. Oh my god, ew.
mhm. The Q challenge car at my school was one of these. It won, but still, yeah. Quaker State Oil put together a competition between the schools for engine building, and my school won. Yeah, that's a saline. That's a nice one, but still,
The salines are nice for the most part.
Oh yeah, but then they made these freaking things. A Ford Mustang 2, guys. Yeah. Just like the Bronco 2.
You know what that
Ford's
looks like? That looks like the Plymouth Reliant.
mm-hmm.
And
A fuel efficient Mustang.
I know that because I used to drive a Reliant that had a police interceptor engine in it.
They got it. Yeah, there it is. That's a 5.
The best thing about the Reliant is it could take a beating. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I had
Heck
I had
yeah.
a Reliant 4-door, which was just horrible. It was an 89
Oh, I bet.
Reliant 4-door.
But yeah, the Mustang. See, I always liked the Challengers back in the day.
What's up, Jeff?
60s. Those are nice cars. Challengers, the Chargers.
Oh, I love the Chargers. What do you think of the Duster?
I work with a guy who has one actually.
Do you?
He loves it. He also has a 2021 Durango Hellcat.
Ooh,
Now
nice.
Okay, guys. Oops, I spell hell right there, buddy. Actually, we could just look up the 2021 Hellcat. Okay. Oh man, you might be asking yourself, what's so impressive about this car? It's probably the best Dodge you could ever buy.
Yeah, it's pretty. Hello.
It's pretty. Oh no, my friend has one of these.
Oh, what's that?
That's a Hellcat Durango.
Oh,
All-wheel
that's
drive, dude.
cool.
4-wheel burnout, dude. Straight up.
All-wheel drive SUV. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like cops don't even have cars this fast, man.
Yeah.
And you know how like a lot of patrol cars are Durangos or Tahoes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a racy sumbitch. And so is the car. The Challenger
Yeah.
Hellcat has like a special removable back seat area where you can it has all the stuff for the track. Like you could put the bars on it and everything.
Oh, that's
Like,
cool.
take it, race it. These are like the high performance editions of the cars. So like, yeah, if you ever wanted to get a car that's way too fast for its own good, living in a city, get a Hellcat. It's well worth it. Well worth it. Hell yeah. Well, this concludes another fantastic episode of 10 Forward. As always, thank you, Thade, for stopping by, man.
Of course.
I like this car talk. I think you know, we could do this some more.
Oh, of course.
I don't mind reviewing new cars, old cars. You got a car, you like a car, you want to talk about it? We'll do it.
Bring it up in the chat. We'll talk about it.
Right? But until then, we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Actually, it's on 2 channels. Make sure to go over and check it out on both. Send some love both ways. And yeah, have a good night, guys. Much love.